guys, it's Chili. The boss battle, woo! If you thought part 1 was bad, just you wait. Extra salt incoming. Let's just do a quick recap and set the stage here. So basically, I was teamed up with 3 dudes for a group project. Brick was the assigned leader of the group, by the professor obviously, not me, and he barely did any work, but was vocal enough to give off the illusion that he was actually doing something. Butch was the guy who didn't do any work, and Boomer was the guy who did nothing more than he had to, which meant I had to carry the slack of the first 2 guys. Managed to carry them this far with some scrapes and bruises here and there. Now we were at the last level. Level 3, Tasks. Create an interactive prototype of the Photoshop redesigns. Write a 15-page minimum report on the entire project process. Make a 3-slide PowerPoint. Present to the class. So basically we had to take the Photoshop redesigns, a few other more screenshots, and basically make a step-by-step interactive prototype using this website to kind of show how our redesign was gonna work. Butch, who hardly did anything in the last 2 levels, offered to do this part because he had said that he enjoyed doing it for his last group project, so he would happily do it. Finally, putting in some effort. The rest of us decided that me and Brick would start working on the report while Boomer worked on the PowerPoint and then join in after to help out with the report. Seems pretty well divided and fair, right? For the presentation, I wasn't able to attend class that day because I was meeting up with Tabs and Taylor and I had to drive about 3 hours to pick them up, and I was still gonna be late on them because I had an exam earlier that day. So the day we had this level assigned, I had let my team know that I wasn't gonna be present that day, which was fine because so long as there was one person from the group who could present, it was all good. All 3 of them said they'd be in class, so I didn't have to worry about a thing. Cool. My team had my back for once. We had 4 days to get all of this done. I would also like to point out that this was the final week of class before finals week, which meant I had other projects to get done and exams to start studying for. So there was no time to slack. 2 days later, so much for not slacking, Boomer took initiative, for once, and suggested that we start working on the project. Me and him then proceeded to remind everybody of our roles, and I just started typing the report because my workload was about 5 to 10 pages, so getting half of it done that night would put me in a good spot. I ended up getting 2 pages done because I had more important things to do. Brick and Butch were radio silent that night, and because we were writing the report on a Google Doc, I could see that Brick didn't even go on to put any work in. But it's okay, he somewhat still had time to do his share. We couldn't tell if Butch was doing his part because it was on a separate website altogether. The next day, the day before the due date, Brick sends a text. Yo, sorry, I've had a fever since Tuesday, so I haven't really been on my phone or computer, but I can work on the report later tonight. So for this report, we're given a 6-page template to assist us in organizing everything because there was a lot we had to communicate about our project. Well, not ours since, again, all we did was add a super duper $ to the menu and friend menu, but whatever. So the professor put each section title on a separate page, and on the first page was the cover title and requirements, which clearly stated 15 pages minimum. Later that night, Brick sends this. So I looked at the template and it's only 6 pages. Are you sure our report has to be 15 pages minimum? This guy, you know what? I'm just gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and assume the fever was getting to his logic, even though it's literally the first line of the template and the previous project in the class was the exact same format as this one, but whatever. Giving the benefit of the doubt sometimes is nice, until you push it too far like he did. Okay, well, the last template was 6 pages too, so let's just do 15 pages. I felt like I was missing something at this point, so I decided to get some more information. Did your group do 6 pages last time? Ours got to 17 because we had to add pictures and stuff. Ours did 16. Then why are people like this? 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 So we start working on the Google Doc, and I'm going at it. Some of you might be questioning why I left my workload the night before the due date, and I'm just gonna defend myself here and say, I'm actually good at writing reports and essays, and I'm good at writing them quick, so I didn't really doubt my ability to get 7 pages done the night before the due date. I also had to study for the exam the next morning, so I left the thing I was good at till the end. The best thing in the world is to blast that music and just type away. Until your team ruins the mood. Not even a half an hour after his last message, Brick sends this. Hey Chili, I gotta take a break from the report for a little bit, but don't worry, I'll definitely finish tonight. Looking at his work, he got 1 paragraph done out of the 5 to 7 pages he had to do. But it's whatever, it's his workload. I need to focus on my own. I got 5 pages done total and decided to take a break because, again, I had more important things to do. Still no word from Butch or Boomer. What's that I smell? An upcoming calamity that causes Chilly to lose the rest of her sanity? Midnight. Boomer. Boomer was the only guy I could somewhat rely on, thankfully. Got the presentation put together. I'll start helping out with the report. Yes! Oh, also, I won't be in class tomorrow. Headed to Belief State in the early afternoon for club rugby. Okay, buddy, we have one missing member who we can't rely on at the moment, a leader who's apparently very sick and most likely gonna say he can't attend, and I told you from the get-go that I wasn't gonna be there, and all 3 of you said you would be. Don't come to me with that club stuff because I may not be a sports person or whatever, but I know for a fact schedules are made well in advance because professors need these schedules in the beginning of the semester to accommodate for you people, and you failed to let us know about it, and you clearly said you'd be able to attend. You've been somewhat reliable up until now, but this isn't the time for your shenanigans, Boomer. But of course, I didn't say that because since it was a sports commitment, it's not like he was gonna get out of it. But there was slight panic. The prototype, for all we know, hasn't even been started, and that took at least a couple of hours to do, and still no word from Butch, so I was kind of hoping our sickly leader would step up and, you know, be a leader. I'll just do the prototype since Butch isn't responding. Great first step to being a leader and making up for what you didn't do the last 2 levels. But that ultimately meant that I was stuck to do the report because Boomer continued his shenanigans and didn't help with the report at all. But it's okay, I got it done. I stayed up till 7 in the morning finishing it up and also cleaning up the prototype because it was poorly done. I ended up going to my first class, which was also my exam, with 3 hours of sleep. Awesome. That 3-hour drive later was gonna be great. Brick remembered to tell us that he wasn't going to be there for the presentation 2 hours before class started, and still no word from Butch. At that point, I was just livid. Every part, at least 2 people slacked, and I somehow ended up being the one cleaning up the mess, and almost every time they said they would do something, they didn't do it. And the one time I say I wasn't going to do something, which was attending class, they all let me down. On top of that, we were about to lose 10% of our grade because no one was going to be at the lecture to present our project. Now, I've never, ever let a group that was dragging me down get to me. I would pick up the slack and just move on from it. But I was running on 3 hours of sleep due to me unexpectedly having my workload almost tripled, had an exam to worry about, and on top of that, my group mates were turning their back on me when I only needed one of them to attend class. And we actually had someone in the group who didn't say a single word or do a single thing since the level was assigned to us. I snapped. I typed out an email to our professor, politely and aggressively raging at my group and letting her know about the situation about the presentation because I was not having it. And you know, you would think the one time I actually snap and do something about it, it would go well for me. But nope, this is me we're talking about. Not only did I never get a response from my professor decided to cancel the class that day entirely, which meant none of us had to present, and that 10% would just be allocated towards the PowerPoint presentation. And you think it ends there? No, it doesn't! Oh, thanks for blessing us with your presence, you... Peer reviews were worth 25% of the overall grade, and I ended up giving everyone, especially Butch, a horrible score because they deserved it. I'm not sure what they ended up getting on the project, but I got an A, which sadly makes me think they also got an A, which makes me sad. Why are people like this? So, can we acknowledge the fact that I got 2 videos out in 1 month? I don't think that's ever happened in my entire YouTube career. I should get some sort of medal or something. Actually, Starbucks. I'll be happy with Starbucks. The new Recreyo video will be out today or tomorrow, so make sure you subscribe to that channel. Check it out to see more of me, Turt, and Kurt's shenanigans and see who won from the last video. Go ahead and comment Team Chilly again when the new video comes out to show your support. Either click here or the link will also be in the description below. Also, make sure you guys are following me on my social medias, especially Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I post there quite a bit and I want to stream more on Twitch. All that information is on the screen and also in the description below. Okay, bye!